Today a reader, tomorrow a leader. SSET Englishtown.
Okay, so guys, we are going to check the homework. Okay, so unit 19, right? Unit 19, page 118, right? Good. So guys, it's about the air density. So actually, it's not easy to understand, right? It was a little bit very difficult. Yes. So Dorothy, let's check the answer together. What is the passage mainly about?
Why air density is important in sports.
Oh, no.
C.
Yes. How air density affects on baseball traveling distance.
Teacher, effects is like effect.
Influence. Yes, influence or kind of effect. Okay?
Sure.
So,
in the home. Here is effort. Right?
What?
Where is it?
Okay, ask the question when you check the workbook homework, okay? Come closer, just put this way, okay? So right, the main passage is about how air density affects a baseball travel distance, okay? And Sam, what does high air density mean?
What? Air
Air particles
are
are close together. Very good. Good job. And West, what does a ball not do according to the passage?
We need less air resistance in high place.
Flying farther on colder days. Number C is not the answer.
Number C is the answer.
Number C is the answer. You cannot find this number C from the passage.
Here it is.
Okay? Number C is the answer. And Ellie, why don't baseball travel farther on humid days?
Because there are too many air particles. Because water makes them heavier.
Yeah, because water makes them heavier. Guys, it's about the science, so it's difficult to understand.
I didn't learn about density.
Okay. Number P is the answer. And guys, next page. Number 1, cause. What is first cause?
There is a lower air density. It shows the board.
Guys, cause number 1 is a stadium is in higher place. So why a stadium is in a higher place?
Teacher, here.
Double expression. No, move to the next page. Move to the next page.
Stadium is in a higher place?
Yes, cause number 1 is a stadium is in a higher place.
I changed that too.
Number 2?
game is
Yeah, that is 2. So cause number 1 is a stadium is in a higher place, and cause 2 is a game is played on hot day.
Change your place is okay.
It's okay.
Oh my god.
A stadium is in a higher place, and number 5, a game is played on the hot day. Right, let's read the passage one more time.
Now?
Okay, right now. Move on to the page 116 again. Okay, let's read one more time. Okay, a baseball player swings his bat and hits the ball. How far will it go? Will it be a home run? That depends on many different things, but one of them is air density. Okay, right. When the baseball player hits the ball, it's related to the air density. 밀도. Okay?
Related.
Yes. 밀도. 공기 밀도. Okay? And what is air density? Air is made up of tiny particles. Air. In the air, there are small particles. Okay? So, when these particles are close together, density. When there is many particles, the air has a higher density. Okay? And when they are far apart, the air has a lower density. So as a baseball moves through the air, it hits these particles like a person trying to walk through the crowded room. This is called air resistance, and it slows the ball down. So when the air density is high, the ball doesn't travel as far. Okay? So guys, like this, air density is in the air. The air density, small particle is close together. Sometimes, okay? But sometimes, air particle like this. Okay? So guys, when through the ball, where air density is close together, the ball cannot fly high. Okay? But where their air density is low, the ball can fly high, farther. Understand this part?
Yes.
Part? And then when? How about you? You understand? Are you sure? Okay. So next page. In high places, the air has a lower density. So guys, when there is a very high places, like in the mountain, the air has a lower density. It means when you go to the mountain, the air is like a particle is like this. Okay? But when you go the lower part, the air density is very close together. Okay? So high place is air density is lower. So this air density is lower, but downside air density is very high. Okay? So higher temperature also make the air less dense. Higher temperature, the lower air density means the air particles are more spread out. Okay? So higher temperature also make the air less dense. So like higher place and higher temperature. Yes, temperature. Yeah, so at the higher place and the higher temperature, the baseball player, they can throw the ball very further and high. Okay?
Baseball didn't play in winter.
Yeah, that's right. So when flying in a dam, the baseball encounters less air resistance allowing the power. That's why there are generally more home runs and baseball stadiums in high areas on hot days. Okay? So guys, what is the home run?
Oh, that the ball go very far.
Yeah, the ball flies further and it go over the fence, right? That is home run, okay? So when they want to home run, they get a home run when they play the higher place and when there is a very hot day, okay? Hot day. So high humidity also make the air have a slightly lower density. However, baseball don't actually travel further on humid days. Okay, so guys, what is high humidity?
Humidity is like many water.
Yes, many water in the air, right? So high humidity, this is like a rainy day. Okay? So like a rainy day, actually air density is very lower, right? But guys, do you baseball play the baseball in the rainy day?
No.
No, because it's very humid, right? And they get wet. So they usually don't play the baseball in the rainy day. Okay? So guys, let's move on to the page one more time. Okay, let's do the WH question then. Page 118, 188, 118, right? 118. Okay, so what does air resistance do to a baseball?
It slows ball down.
Yes, it slows the ball down, right? This WH question, it slows the ball down. It slows the ball down. And number 2, what effect does high humidity have on air density?
The lower than
Yes, it makes the air have a slightly lower density. It makes, write it in, it makes the air have a slightly lower density. It makes the air have a slightly lower density. Okay, and move on to the next page. So cause number 1 is a setting is a higher place, and cause number 2 is a game is play on a hot day. So guys, what is the first effect?
there is a lower
Lower air.
Good. There is lower air density. Okay? It's okay. There is lower air density, and what is number 2 effect?
There is less air.
There is less air resistance.
Yeah.
Right? Good job, Sam. And what is the last one?
Baseball can travel farther.
Good. The baseball can travel farther.
minus.
Oh my god. Because I think you could not understand it fully, right? Okay, so the baseball is played at the higher place in hot day. I know. Okay, next page. Let's quickly check the answer. Okay, so guys, summarize the passage. I'm going to read it through for you.
This picture affects no effects.
Where?
Effects.
Effect is the same meaning of effect. Okay? So guys, number 1, air density affects home runs. When air particles are close together, the air density is higher. When they are far apart. Apart, it's lower. A moving baseball hits these particles and slow down. This is known as air resistance. In high or hot places, the air has a lower density. That's why more home runs are hit in higher areas and on hot days. High humidity also creates lower air density, but the water makes the ball heavier. Good. And review the keywords. You got the all wrong words. Okay. Number 1, he swings his arms when he runs. Number 2, there are particles of dust in the air. And number 3, Joanne encountered an old friend in the park. And number 4, they traveled from France to Italy by train. And number 5, on humid days, the laundry dries very slowly. And number 6, walking through the water is harder because the resistance is greater. And number 7, the city's population density got higher after many people moved in. Wow. And guys, quickly, the workbook. What time is it? Oh my god! Quickly, check the answer. Guys, number 1, I saw a set of kids swinging. Number 1 answer is swinging. You didn't do it?
I can see.
Okay, number 1 is swinging, and number 2 is the ship encountered. Okay, number 3, whether we can go on a picnic will depend. Number 4, there is a higher density. Yes. And number B, the train travels. Not arrive, travels. It's about the speed. 5 miles is about the speed. Okay. And number 2 is a particle. Yes. And number 3, the cars are spread. And number C. Okay, number 1 answer is let's. Allow is the same meaning of let's. Okay. Number 2, the opposite of humidity is dry. Good. Okay, move on to next page. Lower air density means the air particles are more spread out. Okay? The air particles are more spread out. And number 2, this is called air resistance and it slows the ball down. Okay? And number 3, high humidity makes the air have a slightly lower density. And number 4, it hits these particles like a person trying to walk through a crowded room. Okay? And number P. Sam, okay?
Yeah.
Number B, number 1, will it be a home run? Number 2, air is made up of tiny particles. Air is made up of tiny particles. Number 3, higher temperatures also make the air less dense. Higher temperatures also make the air less dense. And number 4, humidity is the amount of water. Humidity is the amount of water in the air, right? Okay, so now guys, quickly the vocabulary list. We have 4 minutes left, but I'm going to explain it quickly.
Wow,
vocabulary list. Okay, guys. Number 1, rival. Rival is someone who you often compete against. Do you know what is rival? Yes, this is rival. 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 Okay. And number 2, on time is at the correct time. So good, at the correct time. On time. And on time, like the class starts on time. Class starts on 4 o'clock, it's the meaning. And number 3, count is check how many people or things there are. Count how many things or people there are. And number 4, already is before a certain point in time, we already finished our homework, like this. And number 5, come to a place is show up. Come to a place. Yes, like arrive. Show up is like arrive. Okay? And warm up. Warm up is, guys, when you before running, you need to stretch it, right? Stretching. Like stretching. This stretching is kind of a warm up.
like before swimming.
Yeah, before swimming, you need to stretch your body, right? That is warm up exercise, right? Warm up. It's an easy exercise. And the number 7 is a uniform. It's like a school uniform. Okay. And number 8, keep up with is move as fast as someone else. It's like running together. When I run together and we run together at the same speed, it's a keep up with somebody. And pain, hurt, guys, hurt. Pain is hurt. Pain is hurt. And number 10 is control is have power. Control, have power. Somebody have power is control something. And lose. Lose is fail. Fail. Fail the game is lose. And number 12 is crucial. Crucial is the same meaning of very important. Alright, so we don't have time today. So we are going to study Unit 20 next time. But, guys, bring on the homework.
Yes. Homework book, please.
I gave you the homework book.
Oh, yes.
Right? So, vocab test is unit 20 plus NVA and unit 17.
Teacher,
Due
due date is
Oh, due date is next
22.
got it. Next Wednesday. Thank you.
Today a reader, tomorrow a leader. SSET English Town.